Hello, and thanks for joining us on the Sandia Mountain Natural History Center quick trip. We are at the very mouth of a place called Simon Canyon, right where it enters into the San Juan River. But we're not here for the river today. We are here to head up this canyon because there is a very special surprise about a mile and a half up this canyon. So this hike is beautiful, from the sandstone to the beautiful views. But what makes it special, we're getting our first glimpse of off in the distance. Can you see it? Let's go take a closer look. There's a whole series of these pueblitos across northern New Mexico, and they were defensive structures built as warning outposts against Ute and Comanche raiders. A wooden ladder, sort of like this tree, but not this tree, would have been used to get up onto the rock, and then they could climb up into their defensive position. That ladder then could be pulled up after them. As I've been sitting here having lunch at the pueblito and mulling over how I could possibly have forgotten the drone controller, I got to thinking, this pueblito was used as a defensive site. But what's interesting to me is if we look around, all the cliffs on all sides are all higher than the pueblito. The only real good view is maybe down canyon. This is Simon Canyon. But as we come around, all the cliffs on all the sides were higher. I'm sure they knew what they were doing, and I'm sure the archaeologists that decided it was a defensive site knew what they were doing. Maybe I just don't understand how it was used. So as we head away from the Simon Canyon pueblito, one of the things that strikes me as interesting is these sorts of things are often thought of as ancient and super old. Now this is pretty old. It was built in 1754. They know that using tree ring data. They took samples from the rafters that were still part of the roof. But 1754, think about that. The Pennsylvania State House, which is now known as Independence Hall, was actually built in 1732. So, long time ago, yes, but not quite as ancient as I think we habitually think. Around here, this sandstone is known as slick rock. So when it's dry, it's very grippy. When it's wet, it's very slippery. This plant is called Mormon tea. It's also known as ephedra, and if ephedra sounds familiar, it's often what's used in cold medicines, helps you with a stuffy nose, and that's what it was used for back in the day. I'm not the best tracker in the world, but I do know that these are raccoon tracks. Speaking of tracking, stay tuned because in the fairly near future we're going to have a video on tracking with some of our staff and volunteers who are much better at it than I am. I'm not sure what kind of tracks these are. They're awfully small. If you got an idea, comment down below.